So we are live from Burger King here with Marvin Kammerer's first place, regional Bern. What did you play?
I played a new deck with the structure deck support, Despia, with some Brave cards as well, and I think we'll just jump into the list. So first of all, one Fallen of Albas. In my opinion, it's enough to play one. He's the brick, you don't want to draw him. And yeah, you can grind with Branded in red and Tragedy. No need to play a second one and draw him more often.
Right.
To Aluber, you don't really want to hard open him, but you want to have two in your deck, if that makes sense. Completely fine. 2 Tragedy is also fine in my opinion. You could also argue to play one if you want to go down to 40. I think that's the card I would cut. 1 Ad libitum and 1 Comedy. These guys also come up, especially like Ad libitum gives you a second mirror shade, and yeah, that's for the Despias. So Despia spells or branded spells, like 2 branded in reds and 3 fusion and 3 openings. I think I don't have to say a lot about these cards. You could argue play 3 with 1 Albas as well, but it performed well, so I wouldn't do any changes to that. To the Brave engine, like I just played everything you can, like 3 Enchantress, 3 Rides, and Equip Spell, Fateful and Griffin, and 1 Foolish of course, which you also can like Foolish Tragedy to go into your Despia branded engine. Yeah. No, the cards are literally broken, you want to open them every game. Yeah, they do a lot of work by themselves.
They for sure do, yeah.
And the conflict with like Aluber, normal summon and rides, in my opinion, doesn't come up a lot. And if it comes up, you can just go for Aluber and make the branded place and end of mirror shade, because it's way better than the Brave engine standalone. For hand traps, I played kind of weird ratios, like 3 Ash and 3 Impermanence, because in my opinion these are the next to Bell the best in the mirror match, and I expected a lot of mirror matches like this on Branded Fusion and this on Lubellion if he doesn't have Comedy in Graveyard. 2 Bell because it's also good in the mirror match against DP and against Branded in red, wins you also a lot of games. And then 1 Ogre and 1 Whaler. First of all for the cross-out targets and for light targets if you want to go into Albion to OTK or just push for a lot of damage in time. The racers were really fine, like 10 hand traps. Yeah, was really good, wouldn't change anything here as well. Here the cross-outs for like these cards in a mirror match, super broken, and 1 Cold Buy, just to protect your brand fusion more. Yeah, good cards.
I guess like pretty decent as well against Branded in red. Called by the snow, so versatile.
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly. And last but not least, 3 pots. Yeah, broken cards. You can always banish 6, and you don't need a lot of cards from the extra deck actually. In this version, yeah.
Alright.
Talking about the extra deck, we can just move over. I played 1 Verte, 1 Length Spider. If you have no access to branded cards, just Brave engine. Decent. It's not that easy to play with 1 Albas and make this combo. You have to like win the game in the next 2 or 3 turns, otherwise you might lose the grind game. 1 Dark came up once, I guess. Could be, yeah. In theory it's good to take his DPE, but didn't came up that lot. Can't even pronounce that name.
The attack changer, yeah.
Never used it, just banished it with pots. This one came actually up, the Aristopelia. Good card, negates, decent. 2 Kammeras. 2 is fine, I think. you don't always need to. Most of the times you win if you resolve one, or in my cases it was like this. But you can also bench one with pot, so I think it's okay. 2 mirror shades should be standard, nothing to talk about. This card is really broken. 2 masquerade dragons. Yeah, also 1 for the pot and 1 maybe for a summon, but it's okay. 2 Albion. I think you could play 3 if you really want to, because like it's not that tight and you can change with the ratios a lot, in my opinion. And 2 Lobelion, also like never use the second one, you can also play 1, and you're, in my opinion, you're completely free with the ratios. That's it for the extra deck. And now side deck I played the Zombie World and Benji. It was an auto win against Flower. It's also good against Thunder if they play, or Tri-Brigade. Yeah, really good auto win. Back row Hail, like 1 Feather Duster and 3 Twin Twister. Also with the Enchantress, it's a really good discard. Yeah, just back row Hail in general. Decided to play 3 droplets against like PK, DPE, side stuff. Didn't came up a lot today. Yeah, nothing to say. Evenly, this card performed really well, even in a mirror match. Like it forces out so much, and it makes them to use so much resources. So I would really recommend playing these. It's crazy. And last but not least, I played 3-dimensional barriers. Yeah, mirror match, going second, going first, as a cross-out target against Sword Soul, so versatile. Good card.
Alright.
That's it for the deck.
41 in the main?
Exactly, 41 in the main. As I said, if you want to go down to 40, I think you could cut a Tragedy. Yeah.
Alright.
Or make some changes with the hand traps as you like them.
Shoutouts.
Alright, some shoutouts. So first shoutouts to Jan Funk, then shoutouts to the team, especially like Peter, Johannes and Florian. They really put a lot of effort into it, into the deck, and gave me tips. And shoutouts to the MVPs, like the free credit cards, because the deck is expensive. Yeah.
All right. Would you change anything besides, like I had some questions, like for example the droplets. What did you side it against for? Did you side it in the mirror match going second?
Actually, before the tournament, I wanted to side them going second, but during playing the event, I decided not to, because I couldn't figure out what to board out.
Okay.
For these. So I figured out it's not worth it, but I sided them in like against Sword Soul Tenji, and I think it's the only round today.
Okay, but
also Tenji, PK, paste, yeah, this stuff.
Did you consider the patchwork engine at all?
Yeah, actually I tested it a lot with Jan, and it just did not fit my playstyle that well.
Okay.
I feel like the Brave cards are too good to not play, like they do so much work alone. And yeah, I mean they are pluses, right, but I felt like it was a dead plus sometimes, and even it plays more into Super Poly. Like you may have noticed, I don't run any Super Poly at all, and even if they Super Polyed my stuff away, they always need to use a monster from their own, and yeah, it doesn't lose me a game and it doesn't win me a game, I think. I'm not a fan of it, and I wouldn't recommend playing it in the Brave version.
Alright.
That's an important addition.
Alright. So last but not least, your matchups. What did you play against?
I played like 2 Flounderies.
It was 8 rounds, correct?
Exactly. 2 Flounderies, 1 Salamangreat, 3 Mirror Matches, 1 PK and 1 Swalsoul.
Alright.
Is this it's 8.
I don't know.
Might be 8. I think these were my matchups. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And shout out to David Erpen.
Second place, yeah.
Second place, yeah. I won the 7th round against him. Exactly. That's it.